Well, hello everyone. It has been so long since I've come on and done a YouTube. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. We are, as you can probably tell, in a new house. So we moved just before Christmas. We sold our previous little doer-upper after 5 years. Also, please just excuse the state of my voice. I am not feeling very well today. We sold that last year and made 50% on our house, which is just incredible. And we moved on the 13th of December to a new renovation project. It's a 4-bed detached. We've got a little river behind our house. If you haven't had a look, go and have a look at some of my shorts. And it gives you like a quick introduction to our house. So my very first video for you guys is going to be a bit of a catch up. If you've been following my Instagram, you will know that we had the most ridiculous sale journey ever. So we never intended to sell our old house. What we would love to have done was to gone up in the attic and done an attic conversion. But with cost inflations, etc., it was unachievable. And even if we were to be there for years and years, we wouldn't actually get back what we put into it. So we decided not to do that. I think we always knew that we would move at some point, but there was a different house that came on in the village back in February 2024. We're now January 2025. And we saw it, we could afford it. It was 4-bed, detached, single garage conversion. And we were like, oh my God, like we can actually afford this. What do we do? Do we go for it? So we did. We put our house on the market. We had a 2-week period of, I don't really know how to explain it. I think I'm that poorly today that my brain just not working. But basically we had 2 weeks to sell ours. She eventually gave us 3 weeks and it didn't work out. So she then sold to somebody else and we were like, what do we do? We'd kind of got our heads around moving. And we decided to keep the house on the market until a specific date, which I think was the 5th of April. And if nothing came on, then we would just take the house off the market and that'd be that. On the 5th of April, I was in Benidorm with the girls, woke up in the morning, checked Rightmove, and this house came on. It's a different location to where we were before. And we always said, if a house come up here, because of the river behind me, then we would go for it. So we went to see it the following week, absolutely fell in love with it. Don't get me wrong, it needs a lot of work, but that's what we love. And we decided to go for it. So we put in an offer. So the house is on the market for 365. We put an offer in at 350, which they accepted straight away on the proviso that we sold our house. 10 weeks later, we eventually sold. There'd been a little bit of interest here, but not much. They'd had no offers. We were the only ones. We were thinking at the time, what's wrong? What's wrong with it? Perhaps people can't see past the work. We had something ridiculous, like in total, over the whole time we were on the market, about 50 viewings, 1 offer. So we sold. Went through the whole process, got to exchange, we'd signed our contracts, sent them back, and then just as we were about to exchange, our buyer pulled out. So our vendor, if you've been following my Instagram, you will know that she's not the easiest person to deal with. So she's like, I'll keep the house off the market for you if you pay me £1,000. I'll keep it off for 4 weeks. If you sell in that 4 weeks, that £1,000 will go towards your house cost. If not, I'll keep it. We were like, no thanks. So we went back on the market. We ended up switching agents because the agents that we were with before, we bought twice through them and they were really, really good. But it had got to the point where we were having people message us on Facebook. We had somebody knock on the door to ask if we were for sale. No one could get a hold of our estate agents. It was a freaking nightmare. So we switched and we went with the agency UK, and we had Jamie and Joseph, who were in Shropshire. They kind of head up that area and they were insane. So we came off the market with our original agent Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon we went live with the new agents, had 3 viewings book in that afternoon, first viewing the following day, they showed them around and we sold straight away. We actually had 2 offers, 2 asking price offers, and we sold for 5k more because we went to best and final. So everything seemed to be going pretty well. It was all moving really, really quickly until about 5 weeks in, and our vendor started to be an absolute pain in the butt. She was calling her estate agent every day, trying to get it over the line. Why are we not exchanging yet? And they were all trying to explain because of searches and surveys and this stuff takes time. Like, you know, we're doing as much as we can. She kept threatening to pull out if we didn't exchange by a certain date, which it's just unachievable. We had a small chain, thankfully, but with everybody kind of beneath us catching up, doing their searches and stuff, like it just wasn't possible. We then had an issue with the boiler, so our plumber came over and checked the boiler. He opened it, it was full of water, it was rusty, and he was like, nah, it's absolutely knackered. So we asked if we could knock some money off to cover the cost of that. She would absolutely not entertain it whatsoever. And then when we finally got towards exchange, she was pushing and pushing and pushing for exchange every day. And it came to it and she disappeared off the face of the earth. Turns out she was actually on holiday and my solicitor didn't know that. Nobody had communication. She just disappeared off the face of the earth. We'd set a date to move on the 13th of December and we wanted at least 1 week between exchange and completion, which it was on this current Friday, but we couldn't get a hold of her. And then the next week we still couldn't get hold of her. Then the day after we managed to get a hold of her and she asked for more money on exchange. And we were like, no, it was only $2,000, but it's not the point. So that was really stressful. I managed to hold my nerve. Matt was like, no, just pay it, just get it done. And I was like, no, I'm not paying it, I'll walk away. And eventually after probably 48 hours, I put my foot down. I was like, she either accepts the price that we've already agreed to, that we've signed contracts on, which I'm presuming she's also signed the contract. I'm not paying anymore. If she wants more money, she can walk away. And we managed to exchange. So I am sat in my new conservatory. We are starting our new project. Right now, we are, for want of a better phrase, polishing a turd in the conservatory. But I just wanted to do this video as a bit of a reintroduction of, hi, this is where we're at. A little bit of a chat with you guys. And yeah, I am so excited to take you on this journey. It's been really, really turbulent. And when we first moved in, I did not want to be here. I think all the stress from the move and the vendor was just too much. And then we had Christmas and stuff. So yeah, but here we are. Project renovation number 2 starts now and I'm so excited to share it with you. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. My account is all about making a house a home. I love luxury interiors, but I don't have a luxury budget, so I like to do everything on a budget, and I'd love to share what I've learned so far with you guys. So if you love home interiors, if you love making a house a home, if you're looking for renovation advice or etc., I'm not a professional, but I will share what we have learned and what we will learn along the way. So I'm really hoping you'll join us. Thank you for watching so far, and I will see you again soon.